All right, so we're gonna start with the 10-man warm-up. So go ahead and put those feet about hip width apart, belly is in, lift that chest, and we're gonna roll the shoulders. And I do have cheat sheets on the floor, so that's why I keep looking down at them, because I wanna make sure I get everything in. This is a new workout I just came up with today. Good, so rolling those shoulders around. Excellent. All right, and now we're just gonna turn our head one side and the other. I'm doing a little bit longer warm up today. It's winter, it's the end of the year. Why not, right? There's nothing wrong with taking a long time to warm up. And sometimes I get to our workouts pretty quick, and I don't wanna do that today. I wanna make sure I give us nice and long warm up. So just continue to turn the head side to side. Good, and now we're gonna change this to knee lifts, just little knee lifts. Let's get that balance going. They can be small, they can be big. You can add your arms if you want. I'm not really looking for that. I'm really just looking for some movement in the hip. And belly in, all right? So bringing that belly in. Move at your own pace. If you're where you're just tapping your toe, great. If you got those knees way up there, great. We're gonna change this to butt kickers or hamstring curls. Bring the heels up behind. And again, belly in, chest is lifted. Warming up the knees. Good, we're gonna go through all that again. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Roll them around, feel the shoulders go forward, up, together, and down. Full circle here. Whatever direction you're choosing to go is just fine. Good, let's go back to those head turns, one side and the other. Got to give yourself permission to have a little bit different workout every once in a while. Maybe it's not as intense. That's okay. Good. And let's lift those knees. And we are going to get cardio in. We're going to get in 10 minutes of high energy. We're going to get in our strength. We're going to get in another 5 minutes of warm up. So I got all sorts of things planned for us today. And just this little bit of motion should be getting a little bit of response from that heart. Let's change this to butt kickers. Good. I planned for about an 8-minute warm up, this section only. About 8 minutes, so it's nice and long. Good. Round 2 of our warm up, we're going to put our hands on our shoulders and we're going to do some shoulder circles. Rolling around. Whatever direction you choose is what I want you to do. If you want to switch directions, great. Just want to get some movement in those scapula. We'll make sure we warm up our shoulder blades really, really, really well. Good, taking those hands down, and we're going to do a forward fold. So this is like our modified burpee, right? We're just going to go down and either touch our knees. You might not go down that far. Maybe you're only touching your mid-thighs. And for some of you, you might be going way down. That depends on you and your body. Knees can bend. They can stay relatively straight. That's, again, up to you. Just telling that spine and those hips, hey, we're going to be moving today. Woo, good. Let's do one more of those. And we're going to still talk to our spine. We're going to do side bends. So telling each joint in our body, hey, get ready. We're going to move. Remember to breathe. Don't lose that posture. Good. All right, now how about heels forward with the bicep curl? So this is, yeah, we're moving at our elbows, but I really want you to think about pressing your heels out in front of you, pulling those toes up, just to warm up those ankles. Bending at the elbows, warming up those biceps. Good. And now, same idea, but we're going to go back. We're going to tap the toes back, and I want you to squeeze your rear end. Reach those arms out in front of you. If your shoulders are not ready for shoulder height stuff, arms are going straight down. Squeeze your rear end. Warming up the glutes. So we've basically gotten at least everything moving so far. We're going to go through that round again. So let's put those hands on the shoulders and roll at the shoulders. Let's draw a circle with our elbows. Whatever direction. I'm staying in one direction today because I've done something to my shoulder. It's not happy and I don't want to anger it, right? Don't anger the shoulder. It's super important. Good. Let's go to forward folds. Again, touching the knee, it's simple, right? Back is flat. Simple but very functional. We do this during the day whether we know it or not. We've been down to pick something up off the ground. We've been down to pet our cat, whatever, right? Part of our life. Nice flat back. Whenever we do it in real life, we should use the same form that we use during exercise class. Good, and let's go side to side. Side to side. Opening up those hips. If you're like me, they get super tight. I can feel them when I go side to side. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Personally, I'm loving this. I hope some people are liking the longer warm-up as well. Good, heels forward, bend those elbows. When I work out on my own, my workouts usually are about 15 minutes long. Now I do some fairly intense weightlifting and heavy weightlifting, so I need to go with a nice long warm-up, but it doesn't matter. Working out's working out. So whatever's intense for you, that's intense. You might need a longer warm-up. Let's tap those toes behind us. We're almost to our round 3. Squeezing your butt. Don't just throw that toe back there. Squeeze your rear end. That's what it's about. Warm up those shoulders. All right, we're going to go into our round 3 of our warm-up. We're going to take our arms out to the side, tap our shoulders, and reach up overhead. Come back down the same way. We're going to do that again. Take it up, palms up, tap the shoulders, reach up overhead. If you don't want to reach overhead, reach forward. We're going to do 2 more of those. Up, tap. If you don't want to reach overhead, you reach forward. No big deal. Same thing on the way down. Last one. Up, tap. Good. This time, bringing those arms down to our scapular retraction. So into a goalpost position, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Now, I'll do this during the workout. A lot of this stuff we're going to do during cardio. This is a chance for us to just do it a little bit easier right now. Good. And let's go to step touch. And we're going to take our arms to the side. So I would like you to start to move a little bit more now. Side to side. Arms can go to the side. They need to stay below the shoulders. Good. That's it. Excellent. And now we're going to do a calf raise. Nope, that's wrong. We're going to do a step tap, and go side to side. I was on the wrong line. So this is really to open up those abdominals and get some twisting in. And breathe. Good. Excellent. We got that round 3 one more time. Are you ready? We're going to take those arms up, tap your shoulders, reach up overhead, back down. Arm up, tap the shoulder, reach overhead. Notice any tension you have in your body. Try to relax it, right? Muscle contraction shouldn't necessarily feel like tension. It does a lot of times. Make sure you're using only the muscles that we need to here. Good. Let's do that one more time. And on the way down, we're going to stop in our goalpost position and do those scapular retractions. And if you like, you can kind of time these to a step tap, just if you want to keep moving. After this, we are going to keep moving. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. And now we're going to go into that full step. Touch, arms out to the side. All right. I'm basically on time here. Whew. Side to side. Reaching those arms up. 45-minute workout today. Good. Keep the legs wide and punch the arm. Getting that twist in there. Excellent. All right. We are going to go into a march. Right here, I'm just turning on my stopwatch, and we are going to march. And I want this to be a very enthusiastic march. And if you want to take it into a jog, you can go ahead and do that. This first round, I'm going to stick with, again, we're kind of coming up out of our warm-up, getting a little bit more into our workout. 30-second intervals here. You know me. Time it to time. Do 30-second intervals, minute intervals, 15-second intervals. It's way easier to keep track that way. Good, we're gonna tap our knees. These should seem familiar. We're gonna use these in our cardio as well. Doing a lot of twisting. Heart rate should be coming up. Nothing crazy. Still in our mid warm-up, right? This is our mid warm-up. Good, and now we're gonna do 2 steps to the side. 2 steps. 2 steps. They can be big or little. Arms to the side if you like. If that hurts your shoulders, then your arms are straight to the front. Doesn't take much to get that cardiovascular response. Good. Staying in place now, and we're going to do a slow mountain climber. So right now I have same arm, same leg. It doesn't matter. You can do opposite arm. I'm just going with whatever happened. But if it was opposite, I'd be opposite. But I happen to choose the same arm, same leg. This is slow. Doesn't need to be fast. Belly in. Keeping that chest up. If you don't want to reach overhead, remember, reach diagonally or reach to the front. Good. Excellent. And now we're going to do a slow ball throw. Remember this one, we're going to do this in the cardio. If you haven't done my cardio before, it might seem familiar. We usually do this a lot faster. I want this to be a very kind of ballistic motion, and try to hold up on those toes if you can. We are halfway through this 5-minute circuit. Last half's going to be a little bit more intense. You ready? Let's jog. If you're not ready to jog, you march. Remember, grab water whenever you need it. We're jogging. Breathing. Remember, sweating, getting out of breath, all that is part of a good workout. There's nothing wrong with feeling a little breathless. Good. We're going to go to a twist. Twist. So if you don't like this one, right, you go right back to what we were doing the first round. I always want you to have options of what you can do. Twisting towards the knee. Everything twisting towards the belly button. Nothing touching. Good, keep moving. Now you ready? Instead of step to the side, we're going to step over something. Step over. So it's a little bit bigger motion with the legs. And if this isn't working for you, you're doing a step touch, right? Otherwise, you're stepping in and out of the tub. In and out of the tub. This one is one of those sleeper ones. You don't think it's going to do much, but definitely gets that heart rate up. Good. Mountain climber. This time I am going to do opposite hand, opposite knee. You don't have to. Does not matter. Movement's movement. Remember, if you want the arms to be just diagonal, they don't have to be up overhead. They can even be front or down. Whatever your shoulders are saying. All right. And we're going to do, instead of the calf raises, we're going to do some step forward. Little lunges. Now, these can be small lunges, right here, or they can be big lunges. That's up to you and your knees. If you want to get down on the ground to pet your dog, or play with your grandkids, you better be able to do a lunge, right? Part of the deal there. Almost done. Excellent. Now you ready? We're going to keep moving. Tap our knees. We're into our cardio. If you don't have your heart rate up yet, that's okay. Get it there. I definitely have mine up. I am ready for my 10-minute cardio circuit. Now we're doing that knee twist. Now these are 15-second intervals. They're not going to last as long. Remember, if you need water, you grab it. Back to that tap. This is one of our only kind of lower energy rounds in this circuit. So take advantage if you need to. Move at your own pace. You can move faster or slower than me. Let's take this to a twist. Twisting everything towards the belly button. Remember to breathe. Good. Taking this to a jog. If you don't want to jog, you march. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Can you see how light I'm getting? Yay, come on out, sun. Melt some of this snow. Let's jog it. Diagonal reach. Reaching side to side, tapping that toe. If you'd rather, you can be shoulder height with arms. Good, let's go back to that jog. If you want to jog around, do. Remember, make sure your area is clear. You can work as hard or not as hard as you want. Good diagonal reach. If you're jogging around, just take your time. When you get back, then start that diagonal reach. Remember, movement's movement. Woo. Good, all right, squats. Squat, sitting down. We're gonna do some weighted squats today. Notice I have a pretty wide stance. I need that wide stance. You don't need to be narrow. You need to make sure your knees don't fall together, right? Good, hamstring with the rope. Bring those heels up and back. Pull those elbows together. Main thing is don't be afraid of going wider in your squat. Ready? Here's that squat again. I'm going to add on. We're going to squat and lift. Squat and lift. Squat and lift. So you're going from heel to toe, to heel to toe, heel to toe. Good. Hamstring with the rope. Making our way. Let's take this into a jumping jack. Remember, you can do full jumping jacks if you like, but you need to be safe. Maybe one leg is more your style. Maybe arms not overhead is more your style. Don't be afraid of impact. As long as it's not causing you pain, or if you've been told not to do it, then don't do it. Good. Woo. Squat with the leg lift. So this time we're going to squat and lift that leg out to the side. Squat, lift that leg out. Squat, lift that leg out. Always listen to your body. If something feels like it's not working for you, then don't do it. Good. Excellent, jumpy jacks. I'm gonna keep my arms low. Start to feel that shoulder. If you want to keep your arms overhead, please do. Whatever version of the jumping jack works for you. Good, squat with that leg lift. Squat and lift. Squat and lift. Whew. Football run right here. So that's that quick feet. Quick feet. Feet can be closer together if you like. That's up to you. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. Good, and we're going to skip. Bringing those knees up. Going up onto the toes if you like. Very dynamic motion here. Lifting up. Good. Back to that football run. This time, if you like, move to your right and move to your left. Hold it here. Quick feet, come on. Quick feet. And skip. Last 5 minutes here. Keep going. Good. Speed bag. Punching those arms. Belly in tight. Punch those arms. Belly in tight. Remember, if you're slower, fine. I don't want to see this, right? I don't want to see this. I want that extension at the elbows and shoulders. In and out with those feet. In and out with those feet. Remember, exercise is not going to be complicated. These are all moves you guys can think of. Pumps those arms. Pumps those arms. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. In and out with those feet. In and out with those feet. Let those arms help you. It's just like running. Good. Butt kickers. Just bringing those heels up and back. And then, if you can, we're going to go a little faster. Remember, if you feel uncoordinated, don't worry about it, right? It's all about movement. It's not about looking a certain way. So if your arms want to do something my arms aren't doing, let them do that. Woo! Throw that ball. Now we're going to go quicker. Up on those toes, throw the ball, it's going to bounce back. Throw it back immediately. Yes, good. Woo, butt kickers. Bring those heels up. Come on, we got about three and a half minutes left. 3.5 minutes left. You can do this. Calf raise, throw that ball. Calf raise, throw that ball. The 15-second intervals just don't give you time to really think about what you're doing. And with that said, it doesn't give you time to get into a rhythm. So you gotta choose what's right for you. Good. 2 steps to the side. 1, 2, or 3 steps, 4 steps. It depends on how you think about it. And if you want to make it a little bit quicker, you can. Let's jump rope. Fancy arms. Making that figure 8. Hang in there. Good. 2 steps to the side. 2 full steps or 4 motions with the legs, however you like to think about it. Fast or slow, that is up to you. Jump rope. Hang in there. 2 minutes left. You got this. Good. Scapular retraction with that step touch. So squeezing those shoulder blades together. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good, and now we're gonna go to our box step, which is just forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Over a puddle. And again, if you can't get this, don't worry about it. Just move your feet forward, move them back. Notice what leg you're on. We're gonna do the opposite one next time. Good, scapular retractions. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Breathe. All right, you ready? Box step. Can you remember what leg you were on last time? Then use the opposite leg. And if you can't, it doesn't matter. Forward, forward, back, back. Come on, we got this. We got 1 more minute. It's not a gimme minute. It's a toughie. You ready? We're gonna do side step. Side step. It can be big or little. It doesn't need to be one or the other. Whatever works for you. You might not look like me. That's okay as long as you feel safe. And these will sneak up on you. Get your heart rate up. You ready? Modified burpee. Tap those knees. Reach up overhead. Just like in the warm-up. But maybe a little quicker. Maybe not. You don't have to reach overhead. Arms can reach forward. Good. Side lunge. Remember, I know it's coming, so of course my transitions are quicker. If you miss out on a second or 2, that's okay. Come on, almost there. Good. Modified burpee. Tap the knees, reach. Tap the knees, reach. Try not to bend at the lower back. Right? You don't have to reach up overhead. If that makes you lean back, don't do it. Woo! 1 more. And relax. March it out. Grab water if you need it. I do need it. So I'm going to grab some. Woo! All right, going. So we're going to transition into our strength circuit. And we got 10 seconds. So to begin with, we're going to grab our weights. Or not, right? You ready? Whenever you're ready to join in, we're going to do deadlifts. Notice My back is flat, right? If you don't want to take your hands down to mid-shins, don't. Take them to mid-thigh. It doesn't have to be low. Notice that my knees are bending. I'm not staying completely straight with that back leg, especially if I'm tight in my hamstrings. I'm going to want to bend my knees. Good. Let's go right into our bicep curls here. Bicep curls. I'm timing this. Again, I'm trying to simplify this so that when you need to do your own workout, you can think, wow, what were all those cues that Paige gave? This is simple. Use movements that you know and use time. Don't worry about, you can use repetitions and just do 10 and that's fine. But if you're not great at counting, then just use time. That works just great. Good. And relax. Grab your band if you have it. If you don't grab it. You don't need it. Arms are going to go straight out in front of us, and we're going to pull those shoulder blades apart. Look at how that band is actually touching my chest. Here's a side view. It's actually touching my chest, but I'm not going further than my chest. I'm just letting it kiss that chest right below the collarbones, right above the breast area. That's what we're shooting for. Hang in there. Belly's in. Trying to keep the elbows out of it. Trying. They like to get involved. We're trying to keep them out. Woo. Couple more. Good. Excellent. Grab your weights. Yeah, we're doing quick transitions here, right? Because we're still trying to keep our heart rate elevated. Not crazy amounts. Triceps right here. Why do we do tricep extensions? Because we help ourselves out of chairs all the time, and this is the same, it's not the same motion, but it's the same muscle. Right? This isn't a super functional exercise. We don't do this in life, but we use those triceps in life. That's why we want them to be strong. Keep moving. Come on. We got about 5 more. You don't have to be leaned over like I am. You can be sitting up nice and tall. And that's fine. Of course, you can sit. Almost there. Good. All right. Taking your weights, keeping them in your hand if you like, or taking one away. We're going to do some squats. Squatting down. And yeah, I'm holding these weights out in front of me. This is kind of called a goblet squat. I'm going to give you that side view. Down and up. This should be familiar. You're sitting in a chair holding your dog. You're sitting in a chair holding a baby, right? Something out in front of you. This is not meant to be fast. Good, breathe. And you can always do sit to stands if you'd rather. Remember to breathe. Good, we got about 3 more of these. I like a wide leg here, but notice my knees basically stay above my ankles. They can go forward and back, but not in and out. Good, relax. Grab weights for forward raise. This is our forward raise, right here. Belly is in. My body's not moving, my arms are. So I'm not leaning back to lift that weight. I'm using those deltoids. I'm not swinging, I'm lifting and lowering. So this should be keeping at least an elevated heart rate. I'm not saying it was as high as doing cardio, but we can definitely count this as our moderate intensity exercise. Almost there, 2 more. Good job. Relax. We're going to take just a little bit of a break, not much. If you need water, grab it. Just kind of let your body relax for a moment if you like. If you don't like to just stand around, well then I want you to stand in good posture. And you can always just kind of step and tap. Not a long rest. All right, grabbing those weights as promised. And you could, of course, get water. Deadlift. Ready? Here we go. So bending at the knees, bending, hip hinge. Right? This is different than our squat because we're not bending at the knees quite as much. This is what we would use if we were going to pick up a package, right? We'd have to get our body close to the ground. If you're going to lean down and say hi to somebody who is on the ground, or your dog or cat, right? Definitely something that we use during our life. Good, hang in there. Good job. All right, coming back up. Bicep curl to overhead press. If you don't want to go overhead, don't press it forward. Bicep curl to overhead press. Belly's in. And I'm not going to forget abs today. I forgot them last Thursday. I have them written down, big, big, big. I'm going to remember. Up and down. Breathing. This is what we do. We take something off the counter, put it into our cupboard. One more, keep moving. Ooh, excuse me. Set those weights down, grab your band. And again, if you don't have the band, you're just simulating, right? You don't have to have the band to get some benefit out of this exercise. Elbows are going to stay out of it if you can. Right at shoulder level, and that band barely touches your chest. That's all we're looking for. It's just for it to barely touch the chest, right below those collarbones. Try to relax your shoulders while you're doing this. Good. Breathing. Excellent, and relax. All right, tricep extensions. So grabbing those weights right into our triceps. So I like that bend over. I like the split stance. Y'all know this. You don't have to be there. You can be right here. Bend and straightening at the elbows. That's it. Look, I don't even come that bent with my elbows. It's all about the straightening. It's all about the straightening up against gravity. Up against gravity. Good. Few more. Good, and relax. Keeping those weights if you like, and we're going to do those squats again. So sit to stand. Again, I have my chair here. I can just sit and stand. It doesn't have to be a free-floating squat. And I don't usually do these, but I'm going to start working them in because they have their place for sure. Notice that with this, my rear end goes back, but my chest stays up, right? As opposed to when I do my deadlift. It's very different. My chest stays up. Maybe you're picking up a box that's big and you have to keep your chest up, right? Then you use more of a squat. Almost there. Yeah, we're doing a lot of these. Got about 3 more. 3. This is something you can do with heavier weight. 2. Ooh, good job. And 1. Taking those weights, and we're going forward raise. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Belly is in. No motion in that upper body. Pretty much on time. I'm pretty excited about it all. I tried to leave us a good stretch amount of time as well today. Good. Last one. All right, now we're going to drop these weights and go to our chair. You are going to need a chair for this. So I'm going to give you a side view here. We've done these where you sit, feet are flat on the floor, arms are out in front, and then you're going to open the hips, the opposite of a hip hinge, right? And you're going to lean back, but back is going to stay super flat. Lean and up. Breathe, lean and up. Keep moving. I'm just going to turn. Good. If it's too much for your hands, cross them on your chest. Could you use this holding weight? Sure. Right? Almost there. Got about 3 more. Belly is in. Of course, if you could do a plank or something like that, even more power to you on that one. Good. And relax. Good job relaxing those arms down. We're going to come back to a stand if you like. Of course, you can always stay seated. Ooh, and we're going to start our cool down and stretch. So we're just going to tap our toes side to side, swinging those arms. So that strength kind of served as a little bit of a cool down, right? And that's what I like, is I don't want to waste time. Never is a cool down a waste of time. We're going to twist. It's always important. But that doesn't mean you have to only do a cool down in a cool down time. You can do it with just a descending intensity, right? That counts as a cool down. Good. Going side to side, excellent. Bringing the body back to center, feet are flat, and we're just gonna lean one side to the other. Now, if I wanted to, I could do the same routine I did for my warm-up as my cool down. Don't overthink it. Simplify. The simpler our exercises are, the more likely we are to do them, and then the better we get at them and the more we can complicate them. See how that works? Good. Excellent. Bringing the head or the body back up, and we're just going to do a couple of those forward folds, but nice and slow. And when you come up, I want you to think about really squeezing your rear end. Down, squeeze the butt as you come up. Down, squeeze the butt as you come up. One more time. Good. Hands to the shoulders, and let's do some elbow curls. Good job. All right, taking those arms down, and we're going to internally rotate the entire arm and externally rotate. Internally and externally. Remember to breathe. Good. Relax. Let's take one arm across the body, stretching the back of the shoulders. So this is exactly the area that we did when we took that band apart, right? Those rear delts. For a change, I didn't do rows, right? I'm always doing rows. Rows, 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 rows. Love them. I decided to just change it up a bit. There's nothing wrong with changing up. You know I'm going to do rows the next time I see you, right? Relax those arms down. And let's go to the other side. Now this one is my shoulder that's upset with me right now, so I'm not going to go all the way. I'm still going to do that stretch, but when I start to feel that uncomfortable pain, I'm going to stop, listen to my body, respect that it's upset right now. I need to do everything I can to calm it down, but that doesn't mean not do anything, right? Rarely am I going to tell someone to just not do anything. You have to be sick or injured to do that. Good. Relaxing that arm down. Both arms down. Find that posture, belly in, chest lifted. Let's take one elbow up. Tricep stretch. So hands can be up here over your head, or you can keep that arm down. Depends on the flexibility of this arm, of course. Belly's in. Try not to lean back. Remember to breathe. Good, and relaxing the arm down. And other arm up. Same stretch, just other side. Remember, if you're in an area where you're getting lots of snow, we're getting dumped on here, I count my shoveling as my workout. Right? It is definitely usually, if you have a lot of snow, at least a moderate bout of exercise. Always warm up. You know, going out and shoveling slow is a workout. So you need to warm up before you go and do it. We often forget that. I know myself, I am guilty of that. Good, relaxing the arm down. Wonderful. Palms facing in, and we're just going to reach both arms back. Open the chest. You also want to think about when you're shoveling snow or gardening or any of those types of things, the same form that we use in class. We don't do this just for fun. This is to be applied to our lives. So when you're doing those things, think, oh, is my back flat? Am I articulating at my spine? Am I bending at my knees? The same things we talk about in class. Good. Okay, relax those arms down. Feet a little bit further apart. If you feel safe and comfortable, you can always sit. And we're going to stretch those inner thighs. Pressing our rear end over to the side. I do lean forward slightly. And again, if you're seated, same idea. But leaning forward sometimes helps to feel that stretch. Taking some deep breaths. Let this be a time that you fill those lungs. especially if you're in a place where you're having to wear a mask. I know most people are at home, if not everybody. Good, up and over to the other side. When I teach in centers, I have to wear a mask, and oh, it feels so good to deep breathe, take a deep breath and get that fresh oxygen. But it feels good even without the mask. Stretching those inner thighs. Back is flat. Again, nice flat back. Good. Coming out of that stretch. Okay, so taking a step back with one leg, I'm going to give you that side view. I'm going to bend both knees slightly, and then I'm going to do a pelvic tuck. So I'm tucking my hip to open, tucking my pelvis under to open my hip. Right? And this can be done, it doesn't have to be a big step back. And really, you can just stand and tuck your hips, and that will also do it. But stepping back is going to give you a little bit more of a stretch. You might also feel this in that inner thigh and the groin area. And you can always do this seated, grab it onto a chair, of course, if you need the balance. So we didn't do any static balance today. We did a lot of dynamic balance, a lot of moving and balancing. Good, come out of that stretch. Other leg goes back. Tip the hips under. We're almost done. We've got a few more to do. Belly is in. 45-minute workout today. Remember, long workouts aren't necessarily better workouts. Efficient with your time. Not to say an hour workout isn't great. If you have the time to do it, wonderful. If I were teaching for a full hour, I might do 8 or 9 more minutes of cardio. Maybe not. I might add in some balance. I might add in more strength. There's no definite formula. Good, and coming out of that. Now for this next one, I am going to sit, mainly because I want to take one leg straight out in front of me, and I want it externally and internally rotated, just like we did with the hip. I'm going to stretch all those muscles that stabilize the hip. Out and in. And then with that same leg, we're just going to go straight, sit up nice and tall, lean forward into that hamstring stretch. If you'd rather, of course, you can stand up and do the same thing. It almost looks exactly the same. Seated or standing. If you're like me and you need more of a focus on the stretch, then sit. Then you don't have to worry about the balance. Giving yourself those deep breaths. Good, coming out of that stretch. Other leg goes straight. We're going to do that internal and external rotation. Internal and external. Good, and that leg goes straight. And we're going to sit up nice and tall and fold forward. Stretching the hamstring, back the calf. Remember to breathe. Chest is lifted. Doesn't mean you have to be looking forward. You can be looking down, but you want to lift the chest. Chest should always be looking forward. Remember to breathe. Big deep breaths. Good, coming out of that. Sit up nice and tall or stand up nice and tall, ear to shoulder, and hold this stretch. If you don't want to hold it, then just go side to side with the head. Really pulling those shoulder blades down. Remember to breathe. Good, bringing the head back up to center and over to the other side. Listening to your body. Remember, it's always that game between challenging our body and listening to it, pushing it out of its comfort zone and letting it be in its comfort zone, right? You don't want to always be out of your comfort zone, you go crazy, and if you're always in your comfort zone, you also go crazy. Isn't that funny? Go ahead and bring the head back to center. Let's just look over one shoulder and over the other. You can stay seated for this, or you can stand. I'm going to stand. You do not have to. Belly is in. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Arms can go overhead if you like. This time we're going to take a deep breath, but the arms are going to go forward. And we're going to round our back, right? Standing cat stretch. Open those arms. Standing cat stretch. This can be done seated. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, round. Exhale and relaxing those arms down, and we are done for the day. Yay. Thanks for being here today. I won't